My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me.
Hey, check out that snazzy new intro. Yeah, since I'm talking about the show in general this time, I felt it was appropriate to use the theme song. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it anymore beyond this because of fear of copyright claim, but for now I'll go with it. And hey, this episode's coming out the day after the show came back. It's almost like I planned it that way. So now, why do I like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Well, it's just a really good show. I kind of wish I could leave it at that, but apparently I can't because of things. So, let me just go on for a while why I really like this show. Here's the biggest reason why I like it. Because no matter what mood I'm in, it will always cheer me up. Like, another example of really good timing. I had a terrible week at work. But what got me through it was knowing that the pony episodes were coming back. There were new things, pony related, I could watch. And I was excited. Heck, I'll go as far as say I was giddy about it. And the episode did not disappoint. I don't know if I'll go into it now since I'm not technically a review show, but I really enjoyed the episode. And it kind of talked to me in several ways. Which is another thing I really like about this show. There's something I can relate to it, personally. I can actually learn the lessons with the characters. And even when I was a kid, there were shows that were supposed to do things like, teach you the lessons like that, and I didn't quite get them. But this show just does a beautiful job of explaining or illustrating why these are important lessons for not just kids, but adults to learn. In fact, I know quite a few adults who could still learn these lessons. And the beauty of it is these characters do learn these lessons. The moment I knew I loved this show was in the Super Cider Squeezy 3000 episode. Wow, that is hard to say. But when the Flim Flam brothers challenged Applejack to try to make more cider than them, and she asked if they could use Apple family members and honorable Apple family members, and she called her friends in, harkening back to Applebuck season, where she tried to do everything herself and couldn't, and her friends basically had to force themselves to help her. It was just such a beautiful thing, as continuity, as Silver-Quill likes to say, and character development, and I loved it. I love that stuff. And that has continued throughout 5.5 seasons now. Granted, it does fluctuate for sake of plot and comedy and things, but still, it's a lot better than most primetime shows. And that's another thing. It really is just one of the best shows on television in general. There's just always something you can learn, something you can enjoy, there's something you can laugh at. It never fails to cheer me up. Even some of the stuff I didn't quite like, there were still things I could find to enjoy about it. Like, this is one of the few shows where I've never hated an episode. I was disappointed in one, and that was, of course, Magical Mystery Cure, but I understand now why that happened. Like, I knew the marketing standpoint for Princess Twilight, and it felt like it should have been a two-parter, and then I learned, oh, it was meant to be a two-parter, but they cut it down to one-parter. So again, I can't be mad at it. I can be a little disappointed, but not mad. It still had a great premise I just wanted to see more of, and how can you not like that? Like, I'm upset because I'm not getting enough of this show. That's just amazing to me. It just really shows what a staff can do with literally any property now when they care, when there's effort, when they are having fun. And you can tell they are having so much fun on the show. And it translates and it brings it out to everyone who watches. I know some people get upset about things. I have a couple friends who do that. But even then, they didn't give up on the show because there's just this inherent joy to it. And yeah, that that is the main reason I like it. It's just purely joyful and good. There's nothing cynical in this show, and we need more of that, especially nowadays. I, I, I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I know I am, and I have stopped and started. I am trying to hold my thoughts, but I just gush about this show. It's so great. 4.5 seasons, still good. There's a little seasonal rot, but you're gonna have that with every show, like I said in my last video. But as much as people kind of didn't like the rainbow designs, and I admit I didn't like them, season 4 is one of my favorite seasons now. It gave us so much. Yeah, it blew up the librarian, that was sad, but it gave us some great one-off characters that everyone hopes they return. Maud Pie, Coco Pamel, Cheese Sandwich, freaking Weird Al Pony. That is so perfect. He's such a great guest star. And of course, let's not forget John Delancey's Discord. Both of them just seem to fit this show so well and so beautifully. It's just everything about it is great. Not just the show either. The comic. I love the comic. And it's such great supplemental material for the show, and a good way to get a pony fix in between the stupid hiatus they decide to have. But I want stuff from the comic to be worked into the show. Luna's pet, Tiberius, her little possum buddy. I love that guy. He needs to be in the show. In fact, I adore comic Luna and wish she was a little more like that in the show. I know they based her off the season 2 appearances and now have worked her into the more dignified Luna we see, but I still want a mix of both, because, God, she's just fun to read. Okay, I am just struggling to keep my thoughts together at this point, and I know I've repeated myself. It's kind of what the show does to me. I really wish I could sit down and give you a much more thorough and accurate and in-depth explanation, analysis of why I really love the show, but I can't. It makes me too happy. I'm happy. There you go. It makes me happy, and I've said happy way too many times now. I feel if I say it again, I might invoke Pinkie Pie, which might not be a bad thing. So I am probably going to end this video now. I hope this has been entertaining for you to listen to. It's been entertaining for me to talk about. And if I can compose my thoughts better in the next video, I'll talk about my favorite ponies. So, I guess until then, I'm Blackbird, and I'll see you again for more pony talk.
My little pony. My little pony.
So, did that answer the question?